Hello friends, welcome to Easy Coding with Amara once again, and in this video I will tell you how you can get the PDF from your mobile storage and then store inside the Firebase storage, and after that how you can store the URL of that PDF in the Firebase database, and after that how you can retrieve those PDF. Okay, so first of all I will show you the demo app so you have the better understanding of what I am going to do. Okay, so you will see this type of list view, and I store two PDF in the Firebase storage. That's why here you will see two type of items. First one is my new book 1 and the second one is my new book 2. And you will see this type of plus button. When you click on this plus button, it asks for the permission. Okay, so you have to allow. And after that you will see this type of view and you will see this type of PDF, and you have to select any PDF which you want to store inside the Firebase, and I select this PDF, and you will see here PDF is uploaded. And after that you will see if you want to watch some PDF, you have to click inside the recycler view and you will see this type of loading, and after that the PDF is loading. Okay, so if you want to watch next video, then you have to click on next, and if after that you click on this arrow which is forward arrow, and now click on this back button, and you will see that here 3 items, and the last item is that which I uploaded this time. So I click on this, you will see this type of loading, and after that it is loaded, and here you will see 2 pages, and if you want to move back then you have to click on this arrow, and if you want to go forward then you have to click on this forward arrow. Okay, so now jump to the Android Studio and create a new project, and I already created a new project here, you will see that. And first I am going to connect this project with the Firebase project, so write Firebase here and you will see this type of layout, and open this, then click on go to console, and I am going to create a new project here. Click on this continue button, scroll down, and you have to uncheck all this and create project. Okay, so now click on this continue button and you will see this type of layout. Then you have to select this Android icon from here, and then copy your package name from here and put in there. So first I am going to copy the package name, and in this file you will see your package name. This is your package name. Okay, so let's copy this package name and paste here, then click on this register app. Okay, so before downloading this file, first you have to check your downloads. There is no other file like Google JSON. So you will see I search for G and you will see this type of Google JSON file. So first you have to delete this file, and again you have to click G. There is no other file. Now you have to download this file. Okay, and you will see that the file is downloaded. Now I have to click on this next button, then you have to write these dependencies in your project, but for this time I click on this next button, and you will see continue to console and this type of layout. Okay, so now you have to first copy the Google JSON file and paste inside your app folder. So click on this app and then paste. Okay, so after that, if you want to connect the Firebase with your Flutter project, then you have to include some libraries. So first I open this build.gradle and add a library here. So paste this, and after that open this file and write this library here. Okay, so you have done, and that's it for the connection with the Firebase to your Flutter app. Okay, so now open your this Android project, and after that you have to create a package. I give the name PDF Firebase, and then I am going to create a file and I give the name first page. Okay, so now copy this first page name and go to your main.dot file and then remove whole code from here. Also remove this whole code and then remove this class name, paste your class name and then press Alt Enter to import this first page. Okay, so now you will see this type of floating action button. First, I am going to create this floating action button, okay, to store the PDF file in the Firebase storage. And after that, I am going to create this type of list view to retrieve all the PDF. So first, I create this floating action button here. So this is the code for the app bar, and I set the color red and give the title PDF with the Firebase. And now I create the floating action button. So you will see this type of floating action button. I simply set the background color red, add the icon which is add and give the color white, and then call the function which is get PDF and upload when user press to this floating action button. Okay, so now create this get PDF and upload function. So I create this function here. So this is the function which is get PDF and upload, and you will see here I write this code. So by using this code I create an instance of random class because I am going to create some random strings, and inside that random strings I store the PDF file. Okay, so if I show you, you will see this type of storage section, and inside this section you will see this is the name of the PDF file and this is the random string which I create here. Okay, so I create this random string and then I concatenate that string with this PDF. So the file name of the PDF is something like this. So by using this code, I create the random string and store inside this random name. And then I concatenate this random string with this PDF inside this line. Okay. So by using this line, you will see here when user click on the plus button, the controls move to the gallery. So for that, I use this line. this line simply get the PDF and store inside this file variable. Okay, so now moving forward, I am going to import some libraries. So you have to open this file from here and include some libraries here. So these are 3 libraries. The first one is for the PDF, the second one is for file picker, and the third one is for Firebase storage. And I also going to add some more, which is for the Firebase database, because I store the URL of PDF inside the Firebase database. And make sure you did not give any space here, otherwise it gives error. So remove the space and go to this file, and you will see this type of get dependencies. And if you did not see, then you have to press Control S. Okay, so I am going to click. Okay, so it is executed successfully, and now you have to click Alt Enter to import. Okay, so click Alt Enter to import this file also. So you did not import this file. Okay, so remove it, and it is the file which is this, not HTML IO. Okay, so simply in this function you will see first I create a random string, then I concatenate that string with this PDF. Okay, and after that I write this code to get the PDF, and then I store this PDF inside this file, and then simply I call another function and pass this file and this name, because I want to store this file inside this name. Okay, so now I am going to create this save PDF function. So this is the save PDF function, and inside this function first you have to import the library for the storage reference. So click on Alt Enter. You will see this type of library is imported here successfully. So here is the Firebase storage library. So if you want to store some things inside the Firebase storage, so first you have to create a reference. So you will see that here I create the reference to the Firebase storage, and inside this reference I create this type of child which is name, and you will see this name is coming from this function, and inside this name you will see I pass this name. Okay, so I pass this name which is the random string with the PDF. So this whole line simply creates this type of path. So now I am going to store the PDF inside this path. So here storage upload task is a class which is going to store the PDF inside the Firebase storage, and you will see that I store the PDF inside this asset, and you will see inside this asset I pass the file which I get from the gallery. So I get the PDF file inside this asset, and now I am going to store this asset inside this reference, and you will see inside this reference what we have. And after that, when the PDF is uploaded, I get the URL by writing this line. I get the URL of that PDF and store inside this URL variable. So when this task is completed, which simply means that when the PDF is uploaded successfully, then it get the URL and store inside this URL variable. And after that, when the URL is downloaded successfully, then I simply pass this URL inside this function document file uploaded, And inside this function, I simply store this URL to the Firebase database. So let's create this function, which is document file uploaded, and this is the function which is document file uploaded. And you will see inside this function, I simply store PDF link inside this PDF, and after that I write the file name and I give random name. Okay, if you want to give the name yourself, then you have to create a form, and which is very simple. So in this time, I simply store this static name, which is my new book, and when I get the name, I simply concatenate index, which is 1 2 3 with this my new book. And after that, you will see that if you want to store some data inside the Firebase database, then first you have to create a reference to this to the Firebase database. Okay, so first I am going to create the Firebase reference here. So this is the reference, and inside this reference you will see that I create a database child. First you have to include, press Alt Enter to import the Firebase database, and inside the Firebase database, first I give the reference, and after that inside that reference I create a child which is database. So in the Firebase database, you will see that this type of node which is database, and inside that node you will see this type of PDF, URL and name. Okay, so now what I did next is, inside the main reference, you will know that inside this main reference we have a database node, which is this database node. And inside this database node, first I am going to create a child and call this function, and this function simply returns a unique ID. And I am going to create this function here first. This is the function which is create random strings, and you will see that the return type of this function is string, which simply means that this function returns a string. And you will see that here the length 32. So this function simply creates a string whose length is 32 and returns here. So inside this child, we will see the string, which is this string. And if I show you, then you will see that inside this database, this type of strings. So this is the same string which I created now. Okay, so inside this string, I am going to store this type of file name, and this is the PDF. And inside this PDF, we will see that the link of the PDF. So yes, inside this child, I create this type of string, and after that, you will see this type of set function, which is used to store the data inside the Firebase database. And inside this data, you will see I pass this, and then I pass this function then. So if the data is stored successfully, then it stored this message, it shows this message. Okay, and now you will see this type of error. So you have to press Alt Enter to import this type of library, and you will see this type of library is uploaded. Okay, so now before running this code, first I am going to open the project inside the Firebase. So open this JSON file and copy the URL from here. You will see that this is the URL of Firebase project, and open this project here. So you will see this type of layout, and go to this rules and write here true, and then click on this publish. After that, open this storage folder and click on this get started. Go to the next, done. Okay, so now go to this rules, and I remove these rules and paste these rules. And now click on this publish. And you will see in this time there is no data inside this Firebase storage, and similarly there is no data inside the Firebase database. And I open this. So this is the database. Click on this create database. Next. And select real-time database from here. Okay, so now simply run this code. Okay, so the app is running, and you will see when I click on this button, this type of permission is open and this type of dialog box is open. And after that, I am going to allow this. And first I am going to open this one. And then I am going to select this PDF. And you will see this type of store successfully message. And now open this type of database and click on this database, and you will see that the file name my new book, and this is the URL. And if you open this storage folder and refresh this storage, and you will see that this type of storage. And if I click on this, you will see this type of layout, and if you click on this, you will see this type of PDF file. Okay, so now in the next video I will show you how you can retrieve the PDF and show in the list view. And after that, when you click on some PDF file, then how you can open that PDF file. So if you like this video, please let me know in the comment box, and see you soon. Allah Hafiz.